It is, yeah, it is morning. It's 11 a.m. where I'm at. Live and live. Music's going. Live and live. Beautiful. Logan, what's up? How's it going? I'm doing well, Logan. Thanks for asking. Okay, we are all set. Oh, got us in Discord announcement. Boop, boop. If you've not joined the Discord already, be sure to join. It's an awesome place to be. Okie dokie. Jesse, what's up? Thanks for joining the stream. Thanks again, Scralfy. Appreciate it. So guys, we today are continuing development on this superhero game for a client of mine, and we are going to continue putting in motion capture animations that we recorded a while back. So last time I was doing this, last week? What's today? Tuesday? Yeah, it was last week. We were putting the staff animations in. So we've got the staff that comes out, and then we've got those. So we put those in. And there's like, so far there's 3 combo moves. So the more you press the staff hit button, it will hit, and then that's the 3rd hit. And I actually noticed, I was testing this right before I started stream, and the 1st hit lands, 2nd hit lands, 3rd hit does not land on the upswing. So I need to put, you see how it doesn't hit when he goes up, but when he comes back down, it hits. So I need to work on that real quick, just to make sure that's working properly. So I gotta go into the animation staff hit 3, I believe. Make sure everyone can see this. Baggy Bottom, what's up? I love game dev. I'm just graduated. Awesome, doing games art. That's awesome, dude. Can't wait to see what stuff you make. Looking at Rococo suits recently. Do they do any sales so I can find a time frame to buy it? Yes. Okay, so if you're gonna pull the trigger soon on buying a Rococo suit, you need to do it soon, because they have an indie bundle that you can get. It takes like, I think it takes like $2,000 off. They give you like, I want to say 40% off of the whole bundle if you make 100,000 or less. That would put you in the indie category, and you can get 40% off doing that. But soon, they just sent an email out. They're going to soon be changing that discount to only 30%. It's either like you get 50% off and they're changing it to 40, or it's 40% off and they're changing it to 30, something like that. So you're going to get a Rococo suit, do it now. I think they're decreasing the discount in September, I believe, but I could be wrong on that. So go check. I'm sure they have that information on their website. Just go check it out. You can also get an additional 5% off if you use my discount code, which is RKK_Pixelfire. What's the pricing on Rococo Studio? They have a few different plans depending on what you need. They have a free plan and they have some paid plans. You'll just have to check on their website. Okay. So I'm going to adjust this animation, the events. So on animation 3, let's see. You guys can't see this very well. So right here on the staff hit, we have staff attack on right about there, and then it turns off right about there, and then finish attacking is right there. But that's 1. I need 3. So on 3, we have it. Yeah, we don't have it turning on until that 2nd hit. So I want the 1st hit to also turn on too. So I'm going to copy this and paste it to staff attack on. We're going to turn it on right about there. And we're going to turn it back off once we get to the top, because we don't want an attack to land, so we're gonna turn it off about there. Make sure those are the right ones. Staff attack on and off. Yep. So on right there, and then off right there, and then back on as we start to swing down. Because while he's up and he's finished an attack movement, if the staff happens to touch an enemy while he's keeping it still, we don't want it to register as a hit. We only want a hit to register if the staff is touching a bad guy during one of those swings. But if he's like in the middle of a swing and not moving and it touches the enemy, we don't want an attack to land. We only want it to land during these two windows of this hit. So on and then off, and that should be good. Apply. Now let's test it out. I see the animation right now. Yep. Check it out right here. Boop. So we pull the staff out and then hit. Nice. Now it hits both times. It's not landing on that last hit now. Okay, it is there. It might just be because it's not big enough. The hit point might just not be big enough. I'm gonna make it bigger. So right now I have, can you guys see this? Here we go. Yeah. So this staff, where is it? Staff attack point. That's our, oh, that's why. I don't have the radius out far enough. So I need to make the radius a little bigger, I think. What do I have it on the right hand attack point for punches? Radius is 0.13, so I'm gonna make the staff also 0.13. Ah, man, that feels a little big. Maybe not. I'll do 0.1. We'll see how that feels. And I also need to extend it out further to the end of the staff. The problem is it's using the endpoints of the animation, or of the rig for the staff. It's using the endpoints for the rig. But I need the point to be there, so I could add another point. Let's just do that. So create an empty child of that. We're going to drag it out this way. We'll do 0.15. Boop, perfect. That's a better endpoint. And then same thing on the other side of the staff. We're gonna add a child, create empty. This child will be no, 0.15 still. Oops. 0.15, perfect. What game is this? This is a superhero game that I'm developing for a client of mine. It's called Tooland. He has a comic book series and he asked me to make a mobile game for him, so that's what we are doing. Okay, now I just need to replace the points of this. So go back to staff attack point, and then the capsule point 1 needs to actually be this guy. Boop, there, it extended it. Then capsule point 2 needs to be this guy. Boop. Now it's extended and it's got a bigger radius, so now it should land those hits a lot better. I'm gonna rename these though. Let's see. Staff capsule, or I'll say end. Staff end top. And then staff end bottom. Beautiful. That's the animation right now? Yes, we just saw it. Anyone on YT right now? Just want to make sure chat's actually working there. No, not yet. Cool. Okay. Now let's see if that registers better. Staff attack point, turn that off now. I also need to have this off by default as well. Okay. Let's try that. Curious, do these mobile games generate profits for your client? It depends. I mean, if he has like 0 players, then no, there wouldn't be any profits. It also it just depends what his monetary strategy is. Okay, now it's landing better for sure. I'm gonna up it to 0.13, the radius. See if that does better. Turn some more goons on. So like if he sells the game on the App Store, like if it's not a free app, which I'm trying to convince him to keep it free. But if he makes it a paid game where you have to pay like $2 or whatever to download the game, you can make money that way, but then you might have less players. Or he could make it free and have optional ads in the game, so you get to a certain point in the game and you don't have like ads. I would never recommend having ads like flash in your face or make them mandatory. It's always got to be optional to the player. So you could have it be where you progress a certain amount of time in the game and then you get knocked out, and so then it pops up with an option. Hey, would you like to continue your progress from this point forward? And by watching a 30-second ad, yes or no. And if you say yes, then you can watch the ad and then you can keep going in the game, or you can say no and just start the game over. So stuff like that you could do. So it just depends. It depends on what the strategy he ends up going with, and it also depends on how many players he has. If he has 0 players, then obviously he couldn't make any money. If he has millions of players, then yeah, he can make a ton of money. It just depends. Okay, let's try these out. Boop. I also don't think I'm pointing towards... Yeah, I'm not. It's not landing as many hits because on the first hit, we should be redirecting towards an enemy, like the punches. So if I do a punch and I'm facing a little bit away from him, it will turn towards him and start facing him. So every time I punch, it starts facing an enemy. So I still gotta code in the staff hits for that. Also need to make these hits more powerful. Once we add some like effects in here, some VFX, whenever the staff lands, like some red lightning and energy stuff, it'll look so much better. Yeah, we need to point towards as well. I'll actually go ahead and code that in right now. Input of my FYP since you were modeling the character's hats. Dang, really, Lazy Nugs? Interesting. I'm glad to have you back. That might be because when I was doing that, I was doing the dev streams with the VTuber setup on. Pretty like recently, I've just been doing these IRL dev streams without the mocap suit on because I can usually go a much longer stretch in developing. Because if I have the mocap suit on, it gets hot and sweaty, and I've got to be in character more. But I'll probably do another one soon. I'm still doing the VTuber streams when I play games and stuff, but I haven't really been doing the dev streams with the VTuber setup yet. So maybe that's why you haven't been getting FYP for that, because when you did get me on your FYP, I was doing the VTuber setup, but now I'm doing a non-VTuber setup, so maybe that's why. I don't know. Yes, it's a mobile game. Testing chat for YT. Thanks, Scralfy. Means a lot. It is popping up. Guys, be sure to like the live and share. Helps a lot. Okay, so those are landing. I'm gonna code that real quick. Let's see. It's not enemy randomizer, but just that opens Visual Studio for me. Did you animate the walk cycle and fighting, or is there a library that helps you get started? Hey Zach, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. And Draven, welcome. So there are a few animations that I did not record with motion capture. That would be, let me see. 95% of the animation so far I did myself, but the run animation I got from a Unity starter pack, I believe, and the jump animations are also from the Unity starter pack. But all of the attacks, the getting hit, all the getting hit animations for the bad guys, I recorded those myself. with the motion capture suit. The punches I did myself. All the staff hits did myself. So far it's only the run and the jump. Oh, that's the wrong button. Nope. I still have the spacebar keybind set up to the get hit animation because I haven't coded yet the bad guys to punch and stuff, so I was just testing the get hit animations by pressing spacebar, so that's still there. So far only the jump and the run I got elsewhere, but everything else I did myself. Okay, let's code this. Enemy randomizer, character, no that's not it. Drip character controller. So on the punch, let's see. So punch is currently set up as a combo punch. I don't have the staff hit set up for combo yet. I'll need to do that soon. But for now, I can at least do the instant snap look towards walk point, only for first move, not on combo. So I'm gonna copy this, paste it under the staff hit. And it's not a combo yet, so I'm gonna ignore the combo code. Enemies for each. Beautiful. Okay, that should be it. Now, when we do a staff hit, it should immediately direct his direction towards a bad guy. Originally, I was gonna have this game to where it's only a side scroller, like you can't go forwards and backwards in space like this. But so I was only gonna have you be able to go left and right, up and down. But my client really wanted to be able to go away and towards camera a little bit, not a lot. So like we're not gonna go down the road and stuff, but only there's gonna be like just this small window where we can go back and forth. And client really wanted that. So to help mitigate the awkwardness of like, say you're too far back and you're facing that way, you think you're gonna land a punch, but you actually wouldn't land a punch. I made it so that if you're close enough to a bad guy and you press punch, it will automatically turn you towards the bad guy, so your punch will actually land. So now it should do that with the staff as well. Let's try it out. Yep. I don't think it's doing it. Let's put some more goons in there. Should be turning towards the bad guy, but he's not. Transform look at enemy. Maybe I don't have enough code in there. No, it should be landing. Transform look at enemy. Staff is being called, right? Staff should be being called. Fence, player. Staff hit. Calling drip character controller staff hit. Where is staff hit? Oh, it's calling this. It's not. Oh, wrong thing. Okay, whoopsie. So I put this code in the staff open animation code. That is not supposed to go there. That is not, I need to rename that. It is supposed to go in staff hit, not in staff. Where'd it go? Here we go. Context performance players already attacking, do not allow getting hit. If attacking, turn and soup. So it should go right here. Now it should work. I'm close to beta on my app and I'm feeling the anxiety of will people like, oh, that's awesome. What are you developing? What app? Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Like how the staff animates in versus appearing. Oh yeah, 100%. I'm gonna do something similar with the shield as well. I haven't done it yet, but yeah, 100%. So like right now the shield just pops in and out because I haven't done an animation for it yet. But the staff, yeah, goes in and out. Okay, now let's try it. Now it should point. Yes, now it does it. Beautiful. Now if you're facing in the general direction, like if you're facing backwards, it's not gonna hit. But if you face like, I forget what angle I had it towards. If you're like within a certain angle, let me see. Find closest enemy. If you're, what is a detection angle? Detection angle I set to 180 degrees. So if you're within 180 degrees facing towards the enemy, then it will automatically lock your rotation towards the enemy so that you can actually land stuff. TT probably filtering me. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Social app for the game Phasmophobia. What is that? I've not heard of that before. That's super cool though. Do you have pictures of it? Screenshots? Send me some stuff on the Discord. I'd love to take a look. Nice. Every hit landed now that time. I'm still torn on, so a while back I was playing around with the idea of instead of your body staying planted when you do moves in this game, each time you like do a punch or a staff hit, you should move slightly forward. But then I abandoned that idea, but now I think I want to go back to it. Because as you're hitting a bad guy, the bad guy's kind of like getting hit back, and you're not going to keep hitting him unless you manually move forward. I guess I could do that. What if I just... Let's see. I guess I'm gonna have to see how it feels on mobile. Nice. Cool. I feel like the staff hits should deal greater damage than a punch. What do you think? Do you think that the staff damage should deal more damage than a punch? What do you guys think? Makes some cameras harder, some characters harder to hit or smarter, I guess. Well, I mean, once I add more logic into the bad guys, like they'll be able to dodge, maybe not dodge, but they'll be able to, once they can land punches and run and stuff, it'll make a lot more sense. But right now, all the bad guys do is just walk. They just walk. If they see you close enough to them, they'll start walking towards you. And if you're far enough away, they'll just start walking the way. That's the only logic the bad guys have right now. After I get further along with Drip's logic and animation and controls, then I'll work on the bad guys. So like right now, he's always gonna come towards me. If I move far enough away, he'll start going the other way. See, he goes the other way. And they kind of like patrol a certain area. Can you make open world? I mean, yeah, I could, but that's not the scope for this game. Staff should do more, but the amount more depends on how many weapons you introduce, in my opinion. So there's gonna be 3 weapons that you have. You're gonna have your staff. You're gonna have your, okay, well first you're gonna have punches. You have punches already. Punch, hook, and a jab. Or no, sorry, punch, hook, and uppercut. You have your staff. Multiple combo hits. There we go. And then you have your shield, which you can use to block, and you can also throw, like Captain America. And then you also have a laser cannon on your left hand, which I have not put in the game yet, but that will be able to shoot laser blasts. So 3 weapons. I think for the staff hits, I'm going to, for each consecutive hit, it'll deal more damage. So first hit could be 10, second 20, and then third 30. Maybe something like that. I could actually go ahead and do that right now. Let's see. Attack universal, boop. Oh, I'm only gonna be able to integrate that though once I integrate the combo logic for the staff hit. I guess I could go ahead and do that now. Whoops, not Spotify. Don't want to open Spotify. I wish I could play Spotify music on stream. My playlists, I wish I could have my playlists on Spotify playing. But hold staff does a power up that deals 30. Ooh, hold staff. I really like that idea. I did not think about that. Enemy can dodge some attacks. We didn't record any motion capture for dodging. I don't think. Maybe we did. Let me check. Let me check. Go to dashboard. Goon. I really like that idea. Holding down the staff button to do a charge up staff hit. I really like that. I'm gonna do that. I love that idea. Thanks for that. Because we have crawl. Yeah, I remember that. So if you've like dealt a lot of damage to the goon, he'll just start crawling, like crawling away. This is gonna require a lot of cleanup though, because the mocap suit, that's hilarious. The mocap suit did not get the elevation of the hands right. I love that so much, but like, if you've dealt so much damage to the goon and he get like a goon maybe randomly will decide to give up, and if they decide to give up, they just crawl away from you. That would be hilarious. Okay, so we got the knockouts, the get hit, idle, kicks, object hits, overheat. Oh, this is when he's shooting the pew pew and it overheats. Let's play it. It's like not working until he starts shaking it around. So funny. Okay, reload, run, taunts. Yeah, there's no dodging. Shoot. Yeah, I should have done some dodging animations. So that whenever you hit, a goon will randomly dodge. That'll be super easy to implement. Once I record the animation for the final boss, we could do that. Record some dodges in there. He's got a nice grip. I know, it was so fun recording these animations. Let's see, let me get it. Oh, now I just really want to do the charge up stuff right now because that sounds so fun. I want to do that like right now. Oh yeah, I had some, so I recorded some variations for the pew pew shots. So like some of them will hold it like really lazily and others will use like 2 hands to stabilize. Oh, I want to put those in so bad. So cool. Remember you said your son asking Mom, why does dad keep falling down? I do not remember that, but that sounds like it could be true for sure. Name your favorite song on your playlist. I will tell you my favorite song of all time is a song called Silver Leaves, and it's from the movie Treasure Planet. That's my favorite song of all time. But I love film scores. The music I listen to like while I'm working off stream is film scores. You should do alt costumes. Oh yeah, we already have that. Let me show you. So the goons will randomly spawn with different outfits. We have 4 different hoodie models, 2 different pants models, a hat model. So we have like hoodie on, hoodie, or sorry, hood on, hood off. Let me zoom in so you can see better. We have hair, which the hair is super shiny. Oh, I need to make that not shiny. We have different horns. I need to change the color randomizer because we're not ever gonna want blue horns. So goons will randomly spawn with hoodie on, or sorry, hood on, hood off, or sleeves rolled up, sleeves rolled down, or long pants or shorts. Some will also sometimes spawn without any shirt at all. And then they'll also spawn with hair, without hair, with hat, without hat, with horns, without horns. So that's what they have. We actually have some texture too. So I have an artist that I hired to do some of the texture work for this game. And he did some of the texture work for these bad guys. So I need to put that in. Maybe we'll do that next stream. Work on the textures. Okie dokie. I'm gonna go ahead and set up the combo code for the staff hits. Wrong script. Air controller. Okay. So it's the same as combo state. Okay, so I need to change this. Actually, I could use the same combo system because we're gonna have 3 combos for the punches and 3 combos for the staff hits. And you can only do 1 at a time. Because when you pull your staff out, you're in staff hitting mode. Yep. Is this Lua same as Roblox coding? No, so I'm using Visual Studio as the IDE, and I'm using C# language. I've never done anything for Roblox before, so I'm not sure. What about for the MC? What do you mean by that? Until I keep adding more features as well, and I need to stop. I know. And like when it's your own project, you can add as many features as you want. But when you're working on a project like this, I'm actually being paid by the client to do this. I've got to be really careful with scope creep. Some stuff he's okay with because he welcomes me using my imagination and adding some stuff to the game, even if it will cost a little bit extra. But I really need to do my best to stay within scope. But small stuff like that will not add that much extra. So this game reminds me of old school Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the DS. I never played that. But it sounds cool. Costumes for the Mies MC for Minecraft? What do you mean by that? Do alt costumes. Oh, main character. Got it. Alt costumes. No, can't do that because this is what the superhero wears. So, I mean, I guess in other IPs there's different costumes for like Batman and Spider-Man and stuff. But no, this is the only costume that Drip has. Imagine the money you would make in Roblox creating something. Roblox Studio is easy. Yeah. I just don't have the time for that, unfortunately. I saw there was some bad stuff that's been coming out with Roblox lately. Been very loosely following it. You vibe coded a 2D VTube with face capture? That's awesome. Yeah, I need to make it so that when you have your staff out, your staff hit your hit button is only going to be like you can't punch while you do staff hit. So I want the punch and the staff button to be the same button, just the icon is going to change. But still, how do you pull your staff out? There would have to be another button for staff. Because I don't want to clutter up the UI. Or we leave it the way it is. Actually, maybe not. How do you pull out the staff and put away the staff and also hit with the staff, but make all of that only one button and not multiple buttons? We could make it so that when you're fighting with the staff, if you then throw a punch, like if you press the punch button on the screen, it will automatically put away the staff as well, and then punch. Is there a way to have one? I don't want to have one button to like pull staff out and put away, and then a separate button to hit with that. Or maybe we do that. Maybe. What if the jump button, what if all the buttons over on the right side are kind of like in a circle? So at the center you have jump, and then webbing out from there is the various hit moves. That could work. I like that. So this would be all there is. No, because we also have the cannon blaster on the left side, left hand. What do you guys think? Punch and staff one button? Possibly. Like we could change it to hit, like none of this will be text in the end. It will be like a picture, an icon. But just for planning purposes, this button, let's say it's hit. So we just change the text to hit. And that hit button is for punch attacks and staff attacks. And then you have this button up here, staff on, staff off. When staff off, this hit button would land punches. When staff is on, this hit button would do staff hits. That's a possibility. But then how do we make the shield work too? Because the shield button should also pull the shield out and back in. But it should also, with the shield, you should be able to block with the shield and throw with the shield. So then how do we do that? I think I'm overcomplicating it by having a button to pull the staff out and put the staff back in. And pull the shield out and put the shield back in. You should only have one button for like a staff hit. If your staff is away and you push the staff button, the staff should come out and hit at the same time. And then if you push your punch button, staff should go away. That's much better. Let's try that. I'm gonna try that. Oh yeah, that's sick. That works. Okay. And we could add some logic to the staff button so that if you are far away from an enemy, you're not even going to hit him at all, and you press the staff button, he just pulls the staff out. But if you're close to an enemy and you press the staff button, it will pull the staff out and do a staff hit at the same time. I think that's the answer. That's the answer. I'm gonna be one button. If you tap, you punch. If you hold, you shield. And just make it the same. Yeah, we could do that too. But the problem is the shield has more things to it. The shield, you can block and you can also throw it. So I don't know which would be which. Maybe hold shield is block and tap shield is throw. I don't know. But yeah, I like the idea of, I don't think we should have a separate button just to, it should do both. It should pull staff out and hit at the same time. So I'm gonna switch that up. And that will also simplify my code. So staff and staff hit. So this will also, let's see, that needs to just do that. I need to copy this and over here, pull the staff out. This code pulls the staff out, opens or closes staff. But I want this actually to be up here in that. So, because that's actually the button. The button is doing this. My M key is doing this, which we don't need to use the M key anymore. So I'm just going to not do anything with the M key. So now that staff button will do all of this. Let's see what happens when we do that. What it's going to do is it's going to pull the staff out and hit like it's supposed to, but then the next time I press the staff button, it's going to put the staff away. That's what's going to happen. So check this out. Never mind. Not even hitting. Let's try the M key, see what happens. Yeah, M key's not doing anything as it should, or as it shouldn't. No, as it should. Staff open. When it's calling that code, what all is it doing? Setting the, turning on the staff, stopping all coroutines within the weapon, that's fine. Staff animation, starts the staff animation. Staff is on, staff on false, animator play for a second. Yeah, that should not be interfering at all with this. Thanks, Steady Motion. That means a lot. Aren't you gonna change the punch button to reflect hit instead? Yes, I'm working on doing something like that right now. We're in the process of it. It's not very family friendly, so probably shouldn't be discussed here. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, I'm totally aware of all this, of not all, but the general idea of what's going on over at the Roblox stuff. Make it like Minecraft. That's what I think. Like Minecraft. Make what like Minecraft? Why can't it be one button? If you tap, you punch. If you hold, you shield. Just make it the same. Yeah, we can play around with that. I haven't. Before you mentioned the hold to do this, a charge up staff hit, I hadn't put any thought into hold attacks. So I'm gonna have to think on that. MT, what's up? How's it going? When we were kids, it would be easy to mash buttons, but as an adult, I want to have more control. I think it's more fun to have more control too. I would like some type of like. One idea I had was not a hold button to do a charge up attack, but a hold button to open up more options of attack. So like, let's say this shield button right here, you would hold the shield button down, and then when you hold the shield button down, it opens up like a web of other buttons you can press. So you hold the shield button down, and then you have an option of like throw or block, and then you can, as you're holding down the shield button, you can then move to what you want to do, whether you want to hold it down and then move up to block, or hold it down and then move to throw, and then let go and it'll throw it, something like that. I thought that would be cool. So then you can have more like complex combo moves and stuff. Why in the world is this not working? When you press that staff button, let's go find the button. Canvas, staff button. Oh. Oh, it's calling the weapon directly. It's calling the weapon object, not drip. That's why. Okay. So what I need to do is call this instead. That's easy enough. Okay, so go back to here, and then, no, not there. The button, the staff button. Where's the staff button? There's the staff button. So instead of calling the staff weapon, we want to call this, and drip character controller, staff. Why is it still reading as weapon staff? Is that a glitch? Yeah, that was a glitch. That was so weird. Now it's actually updated. You can see that, right? Right there. My favorite thing in fighter games is when you get close, you can grab them and toss or slam. Yeah, we don't have any of that in this game. Okay, let's test that out. Now, when I press the staff button, it should open the staff up and do a hit. But then when I press the staff button again, it's going to hit, but also close the staff. So we'll have to fix that. So boop. Yep, beautiful. But now it closes. So we should only tell it to close. When should we tell it to close? I don't know. What I don't like about this is that you don't get to see the cool staff animation open up when you land your first hit. It looks like it just appears. It doesn't. It's animating out, but it's... The movement makes it look like it's just appearing. What I could do, I could add this animation in. Let me go back to drip. I recorded a motion capture animation for drip where he like slings the staff out, kind of like a lightsaber opening up. See if I can find it. No sound detected. There is sound detected. Maybe it was in the other file. Those are the idle animation. Nope, here it is, right here. We could do this. The first time you open the staff, it does this. So maybe if you're close to a bad guy and you pull the staff, you press the staff button, it'll pull that out and then do a hit. That might be too long of a time though. We could also just use a different animation for the first hit. Maybe that's what we should do. I know, fix one thing, break another. Yep, 100%. That's the hardest thing to me about making a game. Is not the coding, is not the modeling, is not the animation. The hardest part is just the balancing, finding the balance of everything. And making the gameplay make sense and be enjoyable. That's the hard part. I think that's really cool. I think if the staff opens up on one of those hits, on one of the swipe hits, that works. But I don't think it works on the jab. It just doesn't look as good. Maybe I just make it slower. Maybe I make it animate out slower. Where's our speed? Oh, it's in here. Staff button. Just trying to find the staff. Staff weapon, boop. Okay. Staff animation. Staff close. Speed 1. Staff open. -2. I don't have open attached to anything. How am I calling the animation? Oh, I'm actually doing it that way. Okay. Play staff. Got it. Okay. So close is 1 and the staff open is -2. So let's open slower. Let's do -1. See what that looks like. Gizmo, what's up? How's it going? Gizmo, did you see the DM that I sent you? Okay. No, that's way too slow. Yeah, he lands a hit before it even opens all the way. I'm gonna try putting that sling out animation in there just to see if it looks good. If it looks good, maybe we'll use it, but we'll see. So I'm gonna go back to the speed that we had before. -2. I'm gonna put that sling out animation in there. Let's see what it was. Staff hits. You guys can see all this. I discovered a quicker way to open up this animation window in Unity. Instead of going down here, going to the 3 dots and pressing convert to floating window, you can just go down to the top of it, the title, and press right click and it'll open it right up. So I assume that works for any window. Let me try. Nope. This technically isn't a window, it's more of a drop down. What is another? Something with an image. Find something with an image here. Yep, it works for there too. So if you right click on top of that, it'll open it up. That's super handy. Okay, where were we? The animation. Staff hits. Okay, we gotta add a new one in here. This is gonna be called staff open. Staff sling out. That's what I'm gonna call it. Staff sling out. Adjust all these, all originals. Apply. It was somewhere towards the end, so I'm gonna go ahead and 6311, starting there. Okay. Seven 152. Okay, this is the window where all of the sling out animations are. Now let's watch this. Kind of weak. He needs to have his arm forward to match the movement. Yep, that's it. Sling out. That one's good. Okay, there's only two. Okay. That's one. That's two. Yep. Okay. $6,995. $7,041. Okay. Let's come in a little bit. This animation is going to play fast. It's going to play and then be over. Probably end even sooner. 7036. Beautiful. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Apply. It's only 36 frames long. So that is staff sling out. Neighborhood, what's up? You know how you had the idea for the web menu? V punch becomes hit and you slide to hand or staff. So it's one hit button, you hold it down, but then how do you do charge up hits? You couldn't never charge it because if you hold that button down and it opens up the web, then you can switch up to punching or to staff or to shield, which all makes sense. And then when it switches to that, you can tap, 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 hit those. But then when you hold it down, you wouldn't be able to do charge up moves. How would that work? Okay, let's put this animation in. Let's see, staff hit random. So before the random hit, we actually want to pull out the staff. So I'm going to copy paste this. Call this staff sling out. We're going to use the staff sling out animation. One for now. Okay. Make transition. Boop. Staff hit, grounded true. So that needs to be staff hit, grounded true. sure we have the same settings. 0, 0. Okay. And then from there, we transition to there. Random. And we need some bit of transition, 0.05. Okay, that should work. Now before it does the hit, it will do the staff sling out animation every time. Now we're not gonna want that. We're gonna want that, and we're only gonna want to go through that animation if the staff is pulled in. But if it's not pulled in, then we don't need to go through this animation. So I'll need to adjust that in a little bit, but let's see if this just works. See what it looks like. Let's do that. Just delete this one. Boop. Now let's play it. Test it out. Users will never know the thought process that goes into all this. Oh, 100%. That's with every game. Stuff that developers go through with games, people never even know about. Okay, get out of the way, guys. Get out of the way. Okay, staff. That was pretty cool, dude. Did you guys see him pull the staff out? That's really cool. It obviously doesn't work when you close it up, but that is sick. That is that's freaking sick. It needs some work, but that's definitely usable. He needs to be able to pull that out while he's still running, because currently what happens is it switches to the pull out animation while he's still running, but his legs need to continue to be moving. That would be super sick. To do that, I'm going to need to split the animation into 2 layers, one for upper body and one for lower body. Which we can do, is just add some more complexity. See the layers over here? So this base layer of animation is currently doing everything. But if we add a layer mask for only the top layer, yeah, we've got to do that. That looks super cool. It needs to be a little bit smoother too, I think. Yeah, it's too fast. So this animation right here, instead of 0.05, let's do 0.2. That's probably too much, but let's try it out. I really don't like that jab hit for the staff. I think that third animation should be the charge up hit for the staff. The jab I just do not like. He has that dunk dunk, which is really good, and then he has the ja hit. So I think the should be the charge up, and then hits. And the longer you hold it, the more powerful the hit is. 100%. I'm getting a call. No idea who it is. Let me answer this real quick. Okay, just a health insurance thing. We're back. Okay. Also, the sling out. I'm gonna pause it as soon as he slings out. Okay. When he slings it out, the staff is intersecting his body. So what I need to do is open it a little later. A delayed open. You have a delayed open. So what I could do is, I don't really want to put an actual delay here in the open animation. We could just I either have to re-keyframe the animation, which is probably the right thing to do. But this is the faster way to do it. I just wonder how consistent this will be. Let's do yield, return new, wait for seconds. So wait for half a second. Let's try that. So wait for half a second before actually triggering the on animation. Half a second might be too long. Let's try it. Client, make me a mobile game. Pixelfire makes next Spider-Man game. Yep, that took way too long to open up. Let's do 0.2. It works. It's working though. The delay is working correctly. Stop going to that. So Ralphie, what's up? You missed a sick staff animation that we just put in. So that when you press the staff button, he opens it right away and does a hit, but before he does that, he slings it out. Check this out. Whew. Now it works better. The delay works nicely. It doesn't interfere. It doesn't intersect with his body. I still gotta make it so that it doesn't close every time we press the staff button. But how do we make it close? When as the player, when do you want the staff to close? I think you only want the staff to close if you switch to a different weapon. If you switch to punching or shield. So I need to change this code up a little bit. So instead of toggling between on, off, it really just needs to, I need to have two separate animations. Actually, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do this. Bool. Staff on. And then this is going to do, is that based? It's not. I think this staff on is within the class, but if you do without this, it'll use this value. I'm pretty sure. But just to be safe, I'm gonna be turn staff on. If turn staff on. No, wait. Need to be opposite. If turn staff on is false, turn staff on. I'm using C#. you hit punch or shield. Yeah, 100%, I agree. Turn staff off. Okay, turn staff on, bull turns if. Turn staff on. You just switch these. Okay. Then up here, there we go. So whenever we call this method staff, we're going to send a value to it, a bool value, and then it's going to tell the staff animation to play based on that bool value, turn on or turn off, instead of toggling between the inverse. So private staff animation bool turn staff on. If we want to turn staff on, if turn staff on is true, then we turn staff on, set it to on, and then turn staff off. Boop. Okay, that works now. Now I just have to go back to here. It's going to be an error. Yep. And then go to here. Oh no, it's the button. Staff button. We'll do drip character controller. Staff. Okay, so in that code, if we call the staff, it always wants to open. So staff, true. But then what we need to do is on the punch, whatever is calling punch, the punch button, not the jump button, just punch and shield for now. Do punch button to test it out. Drip character controller punch. So I'm just gonna say open staff. I'm gonna copy this and put it in the punch code to be close staff. That'll be false. I just gotta figure out where to put this. If you push punch button at any time or only while you're grounded. Close staff if already open. I think anytime you push the punch button. We can always change it later. So close staff. Let me just double check what that's gonna do. We set it to false. It's gonna turn the staff off. And then set staff on to false, play the staff close animation. Yep, that's exactly what we want. Okay, perfect. That should work. I also want to add that to, just real quick, to the, not the jump, to shield. Even though we're not doing anything with shield, but it'll need to do it anyway. So we're gonna add that code also to the shield. Am I doing shield anywhere else? No. I also need to call shield from, let's see, the shield button. Where is it? Shield. Needs to not call the weapon shield, but it needs to call drip character controller shield. Shield. That's what we want. There's that glitch again. It's not updating that. But if I close that and open it, oh no, it's not. Gotta click away and then it updates it. Come on, Unity. Okay, this should work. Okay, so staff, open, hit. Now, anytime I continue to do this, oh no, it's opening it up again. So we need to only open it if it's not already open, okay? So, over in here, on the staff button, open staff. Okay, so only if it's, if staff Is staff a game object or the weapon component? So weapon component, cool. If staff, what's the value? On, staff on. If staff, is it private? It is private. Make that public. You guys cannot see the code. I'm so sorry about that. I'll do this. Here we go. Just realized that. Sorry about that. Okay. If staff on. If staff is already on, we need it to be false. If staff is off, then we can turn it on. If staff is already on, don't turn it on. That should work. That should do it. Let's try that out. Let's try that out. Using Python for this, I'm using C#. The code that Unity uses is C#. Okay, let's try this out. Purely, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Okay. Staff boop opens up and then hits, and now every hit from now on. Oh, it's still playing that animation. But at least it's not closing the staff or reopening it, I guess. But now if we push punch, it should close the staff. Yes, perfect. Why is it opening the staff when I punch? That's super weird. Shield, yep, press shield and your staff goes away. Oh, I forgot to change that code both spots. Shield. Open staff only if it's not already open. So that fixes that problem, but we're still having the issue where the staff sling out happens every time. So it should only happen if happen if the staff. Is there any way I can use that code here? I'm just gonna have to make a new parameter. That's frustrating. Okay, let's add a bool. Staff open. Okay. So we only switch to that staff sling out animation if we do a staff hit and if staff open is false. Otherwise, we will go straight to there, random hit. And these need to be the exact same. Staff hit, boop, and grounded equals true, and staff open. So if staff is already open to true, then we go straight to here. Beautiful. Change that to 0. Okay, that should work as far as the animation stuff is concerned. If staff is not open, do the sling out animation. If staff is open, don't do the sling out animation, just bypass it. That should work. But now I need to set that value there. I need to set staff open to true. So here, so open staff. If staff is not on, turn it on. Let me figure out where I apply that trigger. I think we would do it in the weapon here. Yeah, whenever we set this, we also need to set the animation bool as well. So staff on to true. And then do I have a reference to the character controller? I don't. Ghost staff. Possibly. Whoa, Carlos, thank you for the heart me, and I'm just seeing the gifts, guys. Sorry about that. Carlos, thank you for the heart me, and the anime dude, thank you for the roses. Means a lot, guys. Okay. I need these to have a reference to the animator, so public animator drip, and then I can do drip set bool staff open. What is it? Then the bool name and then bool value. So to true. So staff open to true, and then here we set it to false. Okay, that should work perfectly. Now I just got to drag in Drip's animator reference to that. So player controller, staff, weapon. Drag in that. Boop. And then we'll also need that for the shield eventually too. Wait, why is the staff open right now? I just need to turn that off. Maybe that's why it was doing that, because I have it open in the editor. Okay, that should do it. That should work, and we can verify that it's working by... You guys can't see this. It's right here so you can actually see it. There we go. We'll verify that staff open is hitting correctly. Staff open, yep, and then again, anytime we hit, perfect. It's not playing the sling animation, which is perfect. It's bypassing the sling animation, the sling out animation. It still thinks staff is open down here. See, staff open is true. Perfect. It's exactly what we want. But then when we switch to punch mode, it should switch staff open to false. It should close the staff and do a punch hit. Yep, staff open went to false. The staff closed up and it did a punch. Why is it pulling the staff out for like half a frame when you punch though? That's super weird. Am I calling the right methods with these buttons? Let's check. Punch is calling drip character controller punch. Jump is calling jump. Staff, staff. Shield, shield. Go back to our code. If staff on is false. I am such a dummy. I have it set to turn the staff on when you press the shield button. You need to turn it off. So if the staff is on, then turn the staff off when you're pressing the shield button. And same thing with the punch. I need to copy paste that to the punch. Close staff if already open. Boop. Boop. So if the staff is on, turn it off. Okay, that should fix punch and shield. There we go. Gosh, dude. And just want to double check down here. What is that? Staff hit. We don't need this anymore, but it's not doing anything, so we'll just leave it for now. Punch and shield if staff is on, then turn the staff off. Perfect. And then up here, when we hit the staff button, open staff if already closed. If closed. Open staff only if closed. If staff is closed. Yeah, so I copied this code and pasted it over there, but I didn't switch the pools. Rookie mistake. And I call myself a game dev. Now it should work. Staff out. It did not work. Well, it did not work the first time. Why would it not work the first time? Let's see. The staff is off. Staff on is false. Yep. Staff is open is false by default. Why would it not work the first time? It's not doing that delay. Hey, first time chat. G Warka God, what's up? Thor, I'm scared of uploading my game because I want perfect. How do you deal with perfecting games in your career? And is it just as simple as just uploading it, or is there more to Pixel? Did you copy paste a message that you sent to Thor? Were you just on a Pirate Software stream? You were on a Pirate Software stream, weren't you, Quark? Tell me that. Tell me you were on a Pirate Software stream. You asked him the question, and now you're asking me the question. Tell me that. Tell me I'm right. Yes. I'm so smart. All this logic would scare me if client says they want to change how it works. No, I'm pretty sure client will be good with this. Chaotic Reese, what's up? How's it going? Thanks for being here. Yes, we're not too far, and every once in a while I'll send updates of the game to my client to his device, and he'll test it out. And pretty much the client has left stuff up to me, for the most part. Yeah, all these hit. I'll answer your question in 1 second, Quark. Just a second. I'm just testing this out real quick. Cool, when we punch, it closes up. Perfect. And now the punch does not open up the staff. Beautiful. Love it. Shield, same thing. Does not do anything with the staff. But if we have the staff open, and we press a shield, closes up. Perfect. It's not doing the delay. When I press the staff button, it's starting the staff all the way out. And I know exactly why it's doing that. It is doing that because I'm turning the staff object off. When you turn the staff object off, it resets the animator on the object. And by default, the staff is set to open. So there's a few different things I can do. 1 second, Quark. I will answer your question, I promise. I've not forgotten you. I gotta follow this train of thought before I lose it. Staff. So what I need to do on the weapon animation, when we're turning the staff on, that's what's happening. Okay. I got it. So we're turning it on here. This is not the issue of the animator restarting when it turns back on, like I said it is. I don't think. No, it is, but it's my own fault because I have the delay here. So when we call the staff button, first it turns the staff on, and it's gonna appear as open, but then it starts the coroutine for the animation. It waits 0.2 seconds to play the animation. Wait, but it shouldn't wait if it's turning it off. staff off. Staff on equals false. Oh no, yeah, that's exactly what it's doing. So it's wanting to turn the staff on. So it turns the object on, open, and then it waits for 2 seconds, and then it plays the open animation. So it's gonna play the open animation by starting back closed and then opening up. Okay. So what I have to do is put this guy right here. Yeah, because we also don't need this here. This doesn't make sense to have here anymore because if we want to turn the staff off, we don't need to call this because the staff is already going to be on. So only need to call that if we're turning the staff on, because down here we have it set to false. Disable the staff. So wait for 2 seconds, then enable the staff. Boop. Enable the staff. Perfect. First we wait 0.2 seconds to deal with the intersecting animation thing, and then enable the staff. Staff on equals true. That should work. Might still appear for a frame. Maybe not. We'll see. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Let's do this. Did you code in verse 2? I did not. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Please work. Coroutine couldn't be started because the game object staff is inactive. I was worried that might happen. Frick. You can't start a coroutine on an object if the object is off. So I have to put this back here. I know there's a way to not have an animator reset or to have it set to where you want it to be. I've done it before, I just don't remember how to do it. I'm gonna have to look this up. Okay, I'm gonna answer your question, Gork. Let's do this. Yeah, I've seen you on YouTube. Awesome. So every time I feel I'm ready to upload my game, I always find something to nitpick, then I get stuck on the loop. Is this your game or is it a game for a client? Blender tutorial from like a year ago. Okay, awesome. Yeah. I'm scared of uploading my game because I want to perfect it. How did you deal with perfecting games in your career? Is it just as simple as just uploading it, or is there more to it? Is this your first game? Have you uploaded a game before? Or is this your first game to upload? If this is your own project, it's not for a client, and it's the first one you've ever uploaded, and it's playable, not perfect, but playable, then upload it. I would say just go ahead and upload it, Gork. If your game is playable. This is my third, and it's my own project. Okay. Have you uploaded your other 2 projects? I would say just upload it. And here's the thing. After you upload a game, you can still work on it. You can still edit it. So upload the game, and if players play it, awesome. And then if they ask for fixes, then just fix it and send updates to the game. That's my answer. There you go. Take it or leave it. Okay. I could change the animation of the staff, the keyframes, to start on closed. I'm I'm gonna look up what the interweb says to do. Unity game object set active Okay, when using game object set active false and true, Unity issues with animator can arise leading to unexpected animation behavior. Here's a breakdown. When game object is deactivated and reactivated, its animator state machine resets to initial state. Yep, exactly what I was saying before. This can cause animations to restart or play incorrectly. Solution: trigger animation on enable. If you need a specific animation to play upon re-enabling, trigger it within an onEnable method in a script attached to the game object. Or manage state before deactivation. Before deactivating, ensure the animator is in a desired state. Or trigger a specific despawn animation. Or deactivating, ensure it's in a desired state. In a desired state. I think that's my solution. Animation overriding set active. If an animation animates... Oh, that's another problem. Disable animator temporarily. If you need to manually control a property that an animation is also affecting, temporarily disable the animator while making your changes, then re-enable it. That's not gonna fix that. Use parenting. Control the parent game object's active state via script and let the child game object be controlled by its animator. That's a solution. Not for me. I could add a parent game object to the staff. I don't want to do that, but I could. I don't want to do that. Yes, the problem is animator state reset. So the solution, trigger animation on enable. If you need a specific animation to play upon re-enabling, trigger it within an onEnable method. I don't want to do that. Before deactivating, ensure the animator is in a desired state, or trigger a specific despawn animation. No, that wouldn't be the solution. Gosh darn it, what do I do here? What do I do here? What do I do here? No problem, Gork. You should join our Discord and post your game in one of our Discord channels. Just post it in the right channel. What would the channel be? Channel would be Game Dev. If you're part of our Discord, get the creator role. So you go up here, channels and roles, get the creator role, creating. That will open up this section. Can you see this? You can't see this. Okay. You join our Discord if you haven't already, and get the creating role. That'll give you access to the creating category. And then in Game Dev, Post it in game dev. I'd love to see it. I'd be able to give you a much better answer over there. So yeah, do that. It's closing it. Set to staff close. Oh, I can see what's happening down here in the animator. Can you guys see that? It's playing staff close first and then open. I know why, because I'm setting the game object on and it's playing this right here. But I don't want that transition. I don't want the animator to play automatically. Can I just set that? Animator. That's exactly what's happening. So it's open. It's gone to the end of the open animation, which is correct. Get out of here. Then you press punch. It plays the staff close animation, which is correct. But then playing close and open. Oh, wait a second. Why don't I just do this? I can just set the default state to there. That might do it. That will do it. I'm pretty sure. I'm 99% sure that'll work. Yep. Yep. Yep, that did it. What a simple fix. Love it. That's freaking awesome, dude. Okay, so anytime we press the staff button... Okay, so start back to default. Okay. Staff is closed. You can punch, whatever to punch. It doesn't affect the staff at all. You can shield, do all your shield moves, whatever. You can jump, whatever. As soon as if you don't already have the staff out and you press the staff button, it'll pull it out and then you can fight with it. Boop, boop, boop. It won't put it away. You're pressing the staff button. But then when you press a punch or a shield, boop, it puts it away. Perfect. It works. It's flawless. It's beautiful. Beautiful. I still really don't like the jab move. I like those two moves. I like the and the huokucha, but I don't like the jab. I think we either need to find a different jab or I just need to edit the jab. Looks really cool though. I wonder if we should have a put staff away animation. Instead of just switching to punch right away and closing it, maybe we should have a, like, not to match the sling out, but something like that. I don't know. I remember one time when you were using a Lego VTuber, it looked so cool. I still use it. I still use it. Yeah, Marcel Polito. I still use it. Just usually when I do these IRL dev streams, I just do IRL face cam. But I did a, when did I last do Pixelfire VTuber? Let's check. A few days ago, pretty sure. Live stream. 10 days ago. That was 10 days ago. Yeah. We played Fortnite OG, Chapter 1, Season 5. Okay. Makes sense. You're really Koi, as the kids say. Koi? I've never heard that word before. What does that mean? Fill me in. Fill me in with the lingo. I'm gonna skip that staff animation, the one that I don't like. Random hit equals 0, so this needs to be random hit equals 0. And then delete this one. Nice, so much better. Wait, it's still doing the... Why is it still doing the jab hit? Oh, I know why. Staff hit random, there's only one. Kakoi. Japanese for cool. Kakoi. There we go. Now we don't have the jab hit that I don't like. Maybe we just have 2 staff hits. Maybe like if you just tap staff, it'll do the first one. And if you hold down staff, it'll do the other one. I love that pull out. I'm so glad we added that in. The sling out. He goes, and then so cool. We need some transition to opening up the staff. It's a little too choppy. So we'll add a 0.05 transition to slinging the staff out. So now it'll actually blend better. There we go. Now it looks smooth. No more choppy. Don't forget you want the power up option too. Yes, 100%. It's gonna be that last hit. This one right there, when he goes up, he'll hold in that spot while he's charging, and then it'll hit the final hit. I'd also love to be able to do a jump. So like if you're not grounded, if you're in the air and you press the staff button, it does like a slam down. That would be really cool. I don't know how I would do that though. Like how would I record that animation? Cool. Feeling good, guys. Feeling good. I need to go eat lunch. It is 12:50 p.m. So I'm gonna break for lunch, and I'll keep working on this game the rest of the day. I don't think I'm gonna stream again today. I'm just gonna work off stream. But yeah, might try to stream again tomorrow. We'll see. But I might try to do a VTuber dev stream tomorrow, just so we can get some more viewers in here. Because we got what, 4 on TikTok, 0 on YouTube, and how many do we have on Twitch? 3 on Twitch. So yeah, whenever I'm in the VTuber garb, we always get so many more viewers. It's a lot more fun. So but yeah, I had a blast today. Thanks for the suggestions, everyone, on stream today. Really appreciate it. We made some good progress. And who is it? Was it Neighborhood? Neighborhood had that charge up suggestion. Well, I haven't implemented it yet, but if and when I do implement it, which I'm pretty sure I will, you can say that you contributed to this game, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for joining the stream. If you haven't already, be sure to follow all my platforms and on Discord. And we will see you soon. See you, Chaotic. Bye guys. Scralfy, Yam, Neighborhood, Chaotic, Guark, 3 Extreme, Anime Dude, and Carlos. Thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good day.